why girls find not having experience unattractive. Guys, you often see yourselves in situations where you're like, why did I just give up this information, this unsolicited information that all of a sudden her desire for me just went out of the blue? Sometimes guys would just openly give information that they don't need to give. It's implied, right? Sometimes you guys overdo it by just saying, hey, I'm not talking to anybody right now. I'm only talking to you, so I'm just gonna give you all this unsolicited information. Hey, this is how many girls I've been with. You didn't ask me, but I just want you to know. Hey, I just really want you to know that I really like you. I really want to be with you. See, these statements are actively showing where's your experience is at. Where's your experience? Because once you play the game for so long, it's kind of implied when you say certain things. You don't have to tell me those things. So a lot of guys find themselves in situations, and I want to make it very clear so you guys can understand it. Imagine if this is the draft day, and a football team is looking for the next person to be the next superstar, the next franchise player, and you're the coach, right? This is how girls see us. So they're looking at all their options, and they're gonna be like, oh, there goes Josh. Josh played 2 years. He played Division two ball. He only has 2 years experience, but he's starting. Okay, we have Austin. He's in high school. Can we start drafting high school players out of high school to make it to our league? He's a superstar. He's a stud, right? And you have Will. He has college ball. He has every knowledge. He played SEC ball. He played against Georgia. He's a team leader. He understands the game. So a lot of times, girls are in these situations looking at who's going to be the best option. Who has the most experience that's going to be able to understand it. So for instance, most of you guys are Austin. Y'all have no XP. And this is why, girls find it very unattractive. They see you as the superstar. They see you, oh, you have talent. But you give up certain things and qualities that Josh and Will doesn't give. You say the things that are that shouldn't be spoken on. You want to commit early, right? You start saying things about yourself and acting saying like, oh, like awesome, right? Like I see he's a superstar, but like he's just telling me all these things. I never asked him. That's how girls feel. They feel weirded out. They feel icked out. They feel like that's a red flag to them, because to them it's like you have not seen what the big times is. And sometimes, like, I'm talking to so many guys, and understanding this is like sometimes you want to change this playbook to see how it goes. Don't ever do that. If you have a level XP and you want to experience like how the Austin play the game, you go ahead. That's your own demise. But if you have Will level experience, play ball, right? But a lot of times you guys are Austins because you guys find it easier to say, hey, unsolicited things and just say and blur out certain things and be so lovey-dovey and be so willing. And this is the game, the simps of the game, right? But the simps, once they want to get drafted so bad, they want the girls so bad, and they'll do anything. They'll do anything. What you want from me, coach? What you want from me? I just need a spot. They're so geeked. But as coaches, we're like, he plays against high school kids. He doesn't even know what a grown man would hit him with. And that's the thing, that's the trouble why we don't draft people, why the NFL doesn't draft people from high school. They haven't had enough experience of actually having grown men hit. So the more you grow and the more you know, you start to understand this is what girls really feel unattracted by. So the girl will look at Josh and be like, wow, he's showing signs. He got game, he got sauce. It's like he's smooth. Sometimes he's smooth. But all of a sudden, to his demise, Josh would say something along the lines of, giving it up. He'll say something, and it's automatic. She get the ick. She's like, bro, you had game from the beginning. And this is what society is. You're either Austin or you're Josh. You had enough experience, but you sometimes mess it up. You go out the blue. You do the things that you shouldn't really do. And sometimes you're Austin and you're just willing to give it up because you want this person so bad. And this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Don't be Joshes. Don't be the Joshes. Hey, if you have experiences, if you dated multiple girls and you've had experiences, play that role. Don't veer off. But in order to grow, you have to have those experiences. That's why a lot of times, what do clubs do? What do teams do? On draft day, they're picking Will. Because Will is the team leader. Will knows the game. He knows how to play the game. A lot of you guys are in dating situations and you guys do not want to play the game. I want to be very honest. In order to play the game, you have to be in it. Will has been in the game for so long. He went through high school. He went past 2 years. He's a senior. He's probably redshirted, and he probably got more experience. Girls find that so much more attractive. And I want you guys to really be mindful, because some of you guys can be Austins and you guys will try to portray Will and then be mentally corrupt, thinking that you have motion. We can see that. Girls can identify that, but some girls can't. An Austin can get over Will if he signs an NIL deal that's bigger than Will's contract. You get it? Does that make sense? If an Austin got bread, none of this matters. None of your experiences matters, because all women want is your money. Point blank period. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's just what it is. So, but from experience-wise, a girl's naturally going to be more attractive and desire the Will because he has so much experience. He knows how to play. He knows how to be chill. He knows how to be nonchalant. He knows how to not say unsolicited information. He knows how to understand. He understands certain things don't need to be said. If for instance, some of you guys will text a girl and be like, okay, let me know when you get home. Why? Some of you guys are Austins, y'all do that. Not Will doesn't do that, or the Joshes, you guys do that. Let me know. Guys, Will already knows. That's implied. Hey, babe, I'll talk to you. she's gonna actively want to talk to you due to the fact that when she gets home, she's gonna think about you. She's gonna say, hey babe, I made it home. That's why you guys get mad at Wills of the world, because they got so much XP. And it's like, oh, they're the guys populating the world. They're the 1%. Those guys are just hitting every chick. Like, that's what you guys are thinking. And it's like, no, Will just has gone through enough experience. He's been where you have been at. But he says, in order to get more experience, I have to play the game longer. I have to dedicate myself to the game and understand what works, what doesn't, and what my role in is. So the more you understand that, the more you can understand that this is the reality. When you tell girls unsolicited information, they become more unattractive. So their desire for you goes down. While this guy, that's Will, their desire is constantly going up. Because all they're doing is changing the emotions that's inside of her. And the more you understand that, you can actually predict what's the next move. That's why experience and having this XP is needed. But a lot of young guys look at the situation and be like, I want to be, I'm actually Will. I'm actually Will. But you're Austin because you haven't been on dates. You haven't asked as many girls out. You haven't done the things that, you haven't even got to the period where, like, why are we still talking about this 50-50? Will understands the game. He understands everything free in his world. You feel what I'm saying? You start playing that game, you start optimizing the way you live. But people, you won't get that because you'll be a Josh and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play for a dinner. Oh yeah, her friends come too. Hold on, friend. See, this is what I'm trying to say. Even in the same situations, a lot of guys lead with their money. You guys lead with this bag and thinking that these girls want you. They're only with you for the bag. But I'm not gonna disclaimer it. A lot of people, a lot of 1% are Austins. They're G League. They're not even touching the league. Because the only thing that they can lead with is their money, and girls are going to be attractive. So they're going to get the low-hanging fruit. But the girls that you really want, that really want to be with you, they're going to always choose Will because he's confident. He's motivated through and through. So the more you understand that, the more you know. Class is closed.